Okay, I'm back. And so, again, I'm starting with the most further back one and doing that one first. So I'm going to make it one of the blue ones. So I should actually start with the darker color, and it is, I think, not quite drippy enough because it's not dripping. Okay. See, even though you saw me add the pouring medium. None of these are pouring, so, or at least this one isn't. So I'm gonna add a little more pouring medium to each one. I'm not really too worried about how much, because you know how I do things. I don't care. And then I'm gonna get a little water. Okay, for some reason, you know, when I'm painting, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I don't need to have all my tools. Why would I need water? So I'm just adding a little water with my paintbrush here. And talking with a paintbrush in my mouth. Because, yeah. Okay. Remember, we want some drips. Okay, I'm starting to get a drip or two. I've got this, so I might come in and just encourage some dripping. And then we're going to go in with the lighter blue. And then the lighter blue. And then we're going to let it dry. So then we're going to come through and we're going to do the same thing over here. Except I am going to keep my line here because this one's in front. Does that make sense? This flower is in front of the blue one. So I don't want all that paint to paint over. Okay. Next, we're going to do the next back one. And it kind of helps that I've already pre-colored them, even though I pre-colored them the wrong colors. And this one, believe it or not, I don't want any drips because y'all know why, right? I have all these other flowers in front of it. So this one isn't going to be drippy. This one is going to be, I'm going to wipe any drips that drip. I said I didn't want it to drip, but I don't want it to look like it's not dripping. Come on. Make some color. There we go. And again, I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna kind of scrape it and scrape it, and then just so it's easier for me to paint the next one. There we go. I am gonna swirl it out just like I did right here. I don't know how this is looking. It's looking pretty crazy. I am gonna just kind of give it a few like florets. And side streaks to make it look more like flowers, because it is like here I like it. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the reds. This is the red. You know what, though? I think I need to let it dry. I know. This is the game we play. But if I don't let it dry and I take all of these reds, right, and I try and put them on this, it's going to drip directly onto the blue. Mix with the blue. We don't want any mixing down here. We want these flowers to be distinctly their own. So I think I am going to probably cover these, maybe mix them up a little better, because I had an extra fluid, that extra flow stuff. So I will mix these up a little better off camera and cover them. Because I have a theory that this pour medium is really just Elmer's glue. I mean, it sure smells like Elmer's glue. And this is what the ring looks like from around the pour medium, which looks like Elmer's glue. So it doesn't have any ingredients because, of course, it doesn't. You're not supposed to eat it. But that's my theory, that the pour medium is actually just Elmer's glue. Actually, I do have a problem. Right here is not good. I don't know if you can see that, but when I am straight ahead, because I'm painting it kind of from the side, I didn't realize that right here is not painted. So I need to make sure this little side area is done, because there was a spot where it was showing pink. Okay, got that. Okay, I'm going to quit filming. I'm going to let everything do its thing. I will come up a couple more times with my little handy dandy rag here and make sure that my things are done. I don't want them to be too hard to paint, so that's why I'm doing that. But other than that, I don't care. And I actually love how this drip missed the circle. Oh, perfect. Although if it dripped behind, I would have just wiped it off. So again, the whole idea is I have these beautiful little circles, flowers, they're dripping, and there are, it's going to be ones in front and ones in back. So I have to make sure I'm painting them in the right order. Don't worry, when I'm done, maybe it'll make sense. And if not, maybe not. I do see how this would be like better on a huge canvas. And I kind of wish I had done it on a huge canvas. Like, I have some of these big canvases that are like 3 feet tall, and I haven't touched any of them because, you know, that's a big canvas. But if I did, this is what I would do. I would do this. When I saw these flowers, I was like, oh my gosh, I love Lollipop flowers. So, my flowers are obviously not exact to his. So there's that too. I'm so sorry. I'm like, bye.